Song of Nunu is a magical adventure game that harkens back to the formative years of 3D platforming on the Nintendo 64, but with much more of a heartwarming story of a young boy and his best friend who just happens to be a yeti. The game is loaded with influences from the mid-90s, including games like Banjo Kazooie with how Nunu and Willump traverse the world, and even the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time with how integral learning melodies are to complete puzzles in this frostbitten adventure. Song of Nunu is about a young boy on a quest to find his mom along with the help of his best friend and father figure Willump, who is the last known yeti alive. The journey of these best friends take you across frozen lands, inside dreams, and through magma-filled dungeons with a solid pacing that moves along briskly during its 8 to 10 hour campaign. The adventure is linear and the journey consists mostly of exploration, puzzle solving, and music playing. All of these aspects are very fun, especially the magical flute aspects, which the game lets you figure out on your own. The way that the game emulates the flute playing by using the triggers and the bumpers of the Steam Deck feels very immersive and rewarding. The platforming and controls are tight, the climbing feels reminiscent of Uncharted, and the puzzles are mostly broken down into large areas that feel Tomb Raider-esque with plenty of switches and levers. The game opens with a glimpse into a sinister ending with Nunu all alone in the middle of a blizzard. The dire situation and the intrigue of how these legends arrived here, you feel instantly immersed in this world. The adventure of how these events came to pass is unfolded across magical lands with the discussion between the young boy and his yeti friend. There isn't any major problem with Song of Nunu, the issue is that the game just lacks challenge. The game is too easy and there are no settings for difficulty. The focus of the game though is on the story and the growth of these characters, but a little more challenge during some of the combat sections would have been appreciated. The few combat encounters, the sledding sections, and even the final boss all feel almost impossible to fail. It felt like a missed opportunity not to have a small upgrade tree for combat or exploration, as riding on the back of the last known yeti alive does seem like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, especially when you consider the origin of these characters. The other issue with the level of difficulty for Song of Nunu was that the challenge for the game was more centered around its puzzles and music playing. However, at almost every arrival at a new puzzle section, the character would almost immediately hint towards what needed to be done. This removed a little of the player agency for coming to the solution on their own terms, and in turn, removed some of the satisfaction with solving all of the enjoyable puzzles. Playing on the Steam Deck, which was verified, did work great, although there were a few minor dips between major areas of the world, but this never became an issue during combat or platforming section. Snowball fights, dancing around fires, and sliding down icy hills on the back of a yeti are just a few of the things that you will be doing in Song of Nunu, and these aren't even the best parts. Song of Nunu is short, but it is a fun and heartfelt adventure that captures a lot of the same magic of those classic 3D platformers that it was inspired by.